Well, it says live, but I don't know if it actually is live. Because you know me. I don't think it's live. I'm on my channel. I don't see it live. Huh. No, I don't see it live. Isn't that funny? There's Craig's Catfish. I must be live. I don't see it live on my channel. Why can't I see it? Thank you for coming. I'm glad you found me. I can't find me. I can't find me. But thank you. I am live. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Good. Let's see if I can. I don't know if it'll do this. But.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Nah, nah, hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.
How cheesy was that? I can't seem to get my intro on OBS. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Uncle Smiley's in the house. Hello, Craig. Hello, Bob. Woo, woo, woo. Shady Grady, what's up? What is up, Shady Grady? Oh, he's saying hi to everybody. Oh, this is awesome. Now, can you hear me with this audio as well? I think I'm going to move this around one quick second because I got some activity in this fish tank right here. Oh, I'll move my face up here. Look at that. We got the eel going on. My face is in the way. Ah! Look how beautiful he is. I got some rope fish. Dojo loaches over here having lots of activity. But this rope fish and this eel, man, they are beautiful. Oh, I do like that. I do like it a lot. I like it a lot. Hello, Whip. AV is fantastic. Awesome. That is so good to hear. Larry D, how are you? And how is Kevin? It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. I don't know if the lighting's okay, but I hope it is. I am sitting with my back to the 180, which I never do. Hello, Dojo. Hello, Dojo. Can you see this one? No, you can only see. Maybe if I like this. Don't touch buttons, Sue. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe it will. Could you see that Whip? Look at that shirt, guys. Do you guys have your Whip shirt yet? Whip's World. Let's get tanked. Oh, babes. Look at this eel, man. Yeah, I don't think it was made for flipping the screen over. This was good. There we go. There's my buddy. There's the two dojo loaches, two rope fish. Look how they're just so graceful. And this eel. But you know what? I am going to put in some. I forgot. I left the bloodworms up there in the corner. They're going to be melted. Ew. Ew. Okay. All right. I just dropped them in. If they were thawed, they'd spread out everywhere, but I just dropped them in. They will thaw out. They will thaw out. Whew, what is going on with everybody in everybody's fish room, huh? Okay, he's got his eels. So can we see he's eating his bloodworms? Why is my face always in the way? Not him. Oh, Dojo Loach is competing for them. I put enough in for everybody. I don't know if he likes eating frozen, but he doesn't look. Oh, he got a big chunk. Look at him. Oh, he is a beautiful eel, huh? I'm good. Kevin's getting better. That's nice to hear. Nice to hear. Oh, yeah, it is nasty when you let bloodworms dry out. Oh, look at who's coming up the top. There comes my... Oh, did you see my knife fish? Come on. Come on. He's sticking his nose out the top. He smells the bloodworms. You know he wants to come out. I'm going to whisper for a second. See if he comes out. Come on, buddy. Come on, look at him. He wants the bloodworms. If I could, I would get the bloodworms right to him. Because I know he wants to come out and get them, but he's a little shy. He's a shy guy. Oh, he smells them. Oh, to me, this is exciting if he comes out. There we go. Oh, come on, buddy. I'll be real quiet, real still. The light's on, so he probably won't, but he only comes out at night. Matthew Moore, what is going on? Oh my gosh, how are you? How have you been? Holy crap, holy. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, what is going on in the fish room? Huh? What is going on in everybody's fish room? I'm going to put that down. I could be watching this all day long. I had it set up for my 30-gallon long, so next time I'll show the 30-gallon long when it pops up. That's over on that side. It's weird because I'm sitting backwards. I'm sitting backwards. Whip says, while she's on a walkabout, who knows things and stuff about type 2 diabetes? Specifically, why does my blood sugar go through the roof in the morning before I eat if there's nothing new in my system? That happens. That happens to my John's mom. John's mom, you have to eat something. Not eating anything doesn't help, I think, but I'll let somebody else who's an expert talk. I'm not an expert. I thank God I don't have diabetes 2. I could very easily have it, and been really active in church, but the Reef and Shelley's are great. Awesome. Oh, that's so good to hear. That is so good to hear. What happened on Sunday mornings that I stopped going? I got lazy. Oh my God, I got lazy. That's it. But I did. Never mind, she's back. Whip. I'm dealing with that exact issue. Doctor started me on a new insulin this week. Oh, that's interesting, Bob. Yeah, Bob would know. He has it. John was diagnosed with diabetes 2 5 months ago. This month will be 6 months. And he goes back to the doctor after 6 months, and the doctor guaranteed him if he followed this food plan and took these vitamins, he would not show diabetes 2 next time he came in. And it was basically a non-processed food, like meat and vegetables, pretty much. So we'll see. He does a lot better than I do. Let me tell you, a lot better than I do. Fire eel, Larry. Ooh. Did somebody ask what kind of eel that was? Did I miss Susie Q? Yes, fire. Thank you. Thank you, Whip. Thank you very much. Hello, Dennis Christensen. Look, Whip. Melvin's in the house. I did not see Life Lessons. Hello, Life Lessons. Krager. Oh my gosh. I am a part, not a part of the church broadcasting team where we do a float in the light parade. Oh my gosh, that sounds so exciting. Promised him what? You got to promise them something to do it. I think I like that. I think I like that. So I am learning a little bit more about diabetes because I'm like hanging out at my John's mom's house every morning, like, and making her like food. I do make keto friendly ice cream for her, but as soon as she wakes up, she's got to test her blood and eat a small amount, and then she's got meds to take, and then she's got to test her blood, and she's got to give her a shot. Like she does all that. That's a lot. I don't know. I am blessed that I don't have it because I don't think I could follow that regime. I'd be forgetting and lost. I have one pill to take and I can't even remember to take that. I don't know how anybody does that. John has several meds that he's on and he is spot on, doesn't miss a one. Not a one. So I had good and bad things happen in my fish room. Well, we lost power. Lost power for, I'd say it was about 6 or 7 hours. And in the morning I could hear some of my pumps that are just grinding away because they don't restart once you lose power. Oh, he promised that he would not have diabetes 2 if he followed that food plan and took that vitamins and kept on his therapy, like his thing that they, I don't know if it's not a shot, that's his hormone therapy. If he followed the directions that he told him for 6 months and he set up an appointment for this December, he would not show having diabetes 2. He says it's reversible. So John is giving it all he has. He's giving it everything. He's not wavering from it. Never once a, what do you call it, cheat day, or because he doesn't want to have it. So it's kind of like once you're an alcoholic, you can't go back. You can't just say, okay, I'm not an alcoholic now. Like once cucumber becomes a pickle, you can't be a cucumber ever again. So that's what the doctor told him. Yes, that's what this doctor said. If you catch it in time and you eat correctly and you change your lifestyle, yes. No, you do not. Diabetes 1 you have. I don't think you can change that. I'm just going by what this doctor says because I don't know because I am not an expert. True, diet is a missed Melvin coming in. Hey, component but a small part. How are your mini houses doing? I entered my miniature fish room in a show. Let me show you. I was so excited. So excited. I want to start selling more miniatures. And it's so hard because it's such a tiny target audience. I'm sure there's a way to show this. See that doll in there? That's a 5.5-inch doll. And that's a real penny. And that is my fish room in my dollhouse size. So that was fun and exciting. That was fun and exciting. I am working on, it's an exact replica of a restaurant. I want to say it's in Canada because it's got a French name. It's like the rabbit restaurant. I can't think of the name. La Lapone. However you say rabbit restaurant in French. And it's so cool because I can see pictures of the actual restaurant, and I am making the restaurant and the 2 houses next to it. And this is in a much smaller scale. So the whole house is only like 8 inches tall for a 2-story house. And I'm working on the outside park right now and the outside eating area. I am so excited. I hate to tell you, but hey, Paul. Hey, Big Easy. It ain't easy being Big Easy, huh? Doc is older, I'm guessing. He is old school. He is old school. He is not taking, John is not taking insulin. He is, yeah, I don't think once you get it, you always have it. I don't think that's an accurate statement, but yeah, I don't really know. I'm just going by what his doctor told him. And I will let you know after his doctor's appointment if he still has it, because he has not cheated. He has not had one beer. I'm telling you, he is sticking exactly to this program of healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. The only thing he didn't do is quit smoking, but the doctor just recommended it. He didn't say that would have anything to do with his diabetes too. He said it's his lifestyle, it's his eating habits, when he eats, how much he eats, and what he eats. What? That's what he said. Doc is, yeah, old. He is old. He's old school, man. It ain't easy being Big Easy. A tiny audience. Yeah, baby. Tiny, tiny audience for my tiny, tiny fish room. Okay, you go check on Kevin. Closest I'll ever get to France. Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be nice? Paul McCartney retracted something. Diabetes isn't reversible. Nurse for 45 years. I know my sister-in-law is diabetes. She got diabetes 1. That is not reversible. I know that. She was born with it. She has it. Her system does not produce enough insulin or produces too much or, it's out of whack. It's a lie. I wouldn't have, but I want to emphasize just how badly I wish I could have reversed it. And it also depends on when you get diagnosed. He didn't have it last year. He's never shown with diabetes 2, not at all. So maybe it depends, like a stroke. As soon as you get help, it could be fixed and reversible. But if you get a stroke and you don't get it taken care of, it could be much worse. Night fish, night fish. Oh my God. He's out and about. Let's see if I can get him out and about. Let me get me out of here. Oh, of course he went right in front. Oh, son of a bun. Where is he? There's his tail. He was out right here, right in front. Just like right there he goes. There he is. There he is. Hello, my little knifey fish. Look how beautiful he is. Come on, buddy. Come on out. There he is. There he is. Isn't he gorgeous? See, he's always swimming sideways. Woohoo. This is my first experience with a knife fish, and I would say he's 8 inches, 9 inches long, so he's still little. But he's looking for some bloodworms. That's the only reason why he came out. Let me put this here. Yeah, this doctor could be a quack. Like, he could be just taking John's money. Like, who knows? But John was willing to give it a try and do whatever he said. Night fish are so cool. I love them so much. This is my first experience, and I think I love you, so what am I so afraid of? Who sang that song? Come on, guys. Somebody got to be as old as I am. Who's my teen idol? My teen idol. It says, oh, the difference between diabetes 1 is they are birth. It's okay, right? And it comes after birth, even for children. It's not a lifestyle. Correct. Diabetes 1 is not lifestyle. He needs to see an educated doctor, not one with a false opinion. You'll find out, Alishan, it is not reversible. All right. We'll see. We'll see what this doctor says. He could just be sucking all the money out of John's pocket. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree, Alishan. That's the impression I'm under from this doctor, and even from the nurses that come in to take care of my John's mom, like Partridge Family, David Cassidy. You got it. My heart throbbed. Boom, boom. I cried when he died. I did. Is that if she had caught it long time ago when she was first diagnosed with it, but she keeps eating what she wants, she keeps abusing it, she's not taking care of herself, so to speak. Metabolic syndrome can be a precursor. So maybe that's what he has, a metabolic syndrome, and just called it diabetes 2 to scare John. That's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know, but either way, John is eating healthy, and hopefully he will not have diabetes 2 after he goes back. But he's got to change his lifestyle, right? That's probably what it was, Bob. Metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome. Yeah, like I said, oh, see, this night fish swims backwards, super fast, like a torpedo, tail end. Phew. He goes, oh, he is looking for bloodworms, but that fire eel ate them all. Right. That's what I'm thinking. And then, but if he had told John he was pre-diabetic, maybe John wouldn't have done. I don't know. I don't know what his motive was for saying he's got diabetes too. I think he was probably just trying to scare him into fixing it now while he can. You know. New local Austin. Reversing diabetes means managing blood sugar levels to a point where medication is no longer needed. Correct. This is also known as remission. Also a nurse. That's what this doctor is saying to him. He could live in remission the rest of his life as long as he just eats healthy. And not what I think healthy is. He has this food list and times a day that certain foods should not be eaten because they don't get metabolized. I don't know. I don't know. I just am happy that it was enough for John to do something. I was diagnosed with pre-diabetes and ignored it and just keep eating like crap. That's what I think the doctor was afraid John was going to do if he said pre-diabetes. I can't have anything that tastes good anymore. Yeah, I've heard of that, Bob. But I'm not a nurse, but I've heard of that from the doctors and the hospice nurses that come take care of Jane. It's interesting. It's interesting, but he is telling them that he will not need to have insulin if he changes his lifestyle and changes his eating habits. So I think it's like what, it's almost exactly what Whip was saying. And like John's mom, she did not take care of herself and did not eat. And I'm starting to think to myself, what am I doing? I don't need or want a doctor to tell me something like that. Why can't I just eat healthy? Because I just don't. Anyway, it's okay, Bob. That's why we get along so well. Shady Greedy. If you are just talking about an elevated LA, well, I don't even know what that is. If you get it under 6 and keep it there, then you have it under control. And you don't need medication to control it anymore. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know what the A1C is, but that's right. He could have misheard. No, he did not. Yeah, I saw it was in writing. I need to get back to eating healthy. Yeah, me too, Paul. I think I started a couple days ago, but today was not so good. I did it not so good. I ate sugar-free cookies. No sugar added cookies. It's not on my food plan. The fake sugar is just as bad for this body's metabolism as regular sugar. Like, I don't know why I felt the need that I had to have it. Like, oh my God. It did not, and it made me sick to my stomach anyway, so. All it takes is eating a Reese's. Ooh, and you're right back in the soup. You are correct. That's like smoking that cigarette. Oh, speaking of cigarettes, did I tell you what I was doing for John Baga? Rolling his cigarettes? I gotta tell you, I'm having a little bit of fun here. It's like back in the 70s when I used to roll different kind of cigarettes. But this, I have the machine, I got the tubes. A pack of cigarette, it costs him $3.80. I mean, until he's gonna stop, I can't see him spending that much money. Everything is in moderation. I had A1C in low 6, shot up to 7, cut down on certain carbs, and it dropped it to 6. Perfect. Yep. Yep. That's why the doctor said, don't come in every month. He said, I will see you in 6 months. And that is October. He's actually going for hormone therapy with the testosterone and that kind of thing. His dad is going for the exact opposite therapy because was diagnosed with prostate cancer. So it's crazy. And I keep saying, like, why are you taking more of this when his too much of that is causing him issues? Like, I get so confused. Good evening. Got distracted setting my RODI system. Catching up from the beginning double time. Yes, whip remission is misleading. It is. My AC1 9.4 was 9 4 months ago. Shoot. Whip, that doesn't sound, I mean, if 6 is high or 7 is high and you were at 9, I don't know anything about the numbers, but that sounds bad. I see what you're saying, yes. So Jane, that's John's mom, hers changes all the time, and the nurse told her to only check it here, here, and here. But she ended up in the hospital a couple years ago, and I think it changed her forever. Her diabetes, that number was so high, she was like almost talking like drunk, like I don't know what. She was like out of it. She ended up in the hospital for a couple days, and when she came back, she's never been the same. That's what John says. Hey Bob, great to see you. If diet Codiol was possible, I would be doing it. I've done everything possible, even fasting. A1C was 10 this week. Oh my gosh. Mr. Small Girthy President Scotty. Yeah, I don't know if it's for everybody or just like what they were saying is right before you get diabetes too, you have that other thing. Get on, kitty. My kitty's being a pain. She's gonna be all like all up my grill now. Mine was been functioning between 5 and 6. I had traumatic car accident. Oh, I'm so sorry, Shady. Will probably be with me the rest of my life, and I get tested every 3 months no matter what. Good for you. My doctor just told me not to do hormone therapy because I have prostate cancer in my family. John Bagger should bring that up. I think he's gonna, because his dad wasn't diagnosed with him when he went the first time, and now his 6 months visit, he's gonna tell him that he is diagnosed with. Oh, get down! Oh my gosh, she's gonna jump in the tank. I know she is. Big tall whip. Usually when you're acting drunk, it means yes, she was dangerously low. They put her in the hospital for days, and then she came right back out and started eating the same way. It's like, oh, spinster sister. Hi, Susie. My Zaxalotl is a boy, and Biggie Small has to be a girl. That is so awesome. Oh my gosh, that is congratulations. Whip, when mine gets down to 150, I get a hypoglycemic symptoms. I don't take insulin ever. I just took, that's a lot. I mostly eat whole grain carbs, cut down on sugar, and no fried foods. Yeah, that's what John's is, the whole grain carbs, but he doesn't eat any carbs unless it comes from his vegetables. So he gets a lot of carbs in his vegetables because tomatoes high in carbs, and there's some of the vegetables he likes is high in carbs. And he eats meat, lots of meat. He's a meat guy. Shady intake metamorphin to insulin. Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't take anything. Thank goodness. But I don't want to ruin it by like crossing that line. It's like that line, once you cross it, like you were saying, Bob, you can't go back. And I know that's true for alcoholism. Once you cross that line, you can't go back. And I tried to tell my kids desperately so. Like, I understand you wanna experiment and blah blah blah, but I'm an alcoholic. My mom was an alcoholic. My brothers were alcoholics. My cousins, my uncles, their father, like it just runs in the family. Where some families have heart disease and like diabetes, we have alcoholism. Yeah, meat is good. Meat and bourbon. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. That's what I used to drink bourbon back in the day. Bellows bourbon, bottom shelf Bellows. That's what we used to call it. That's what my parents bought. That's what I stole. So I used to use the baby food containers, and my sister's 11 years younger. That means I was drinking bourbon probably when I was 13 and 14. That is a sin. That's shameful. That is just, I'm very happy I'm alive today. Everybody's taking melorphin. You get metamorphin, you get metamorphin. Everybody gets metamorphin, right? Not me. Actually, I didn't even go back to the doctor for my skin because I didn't pay for the first visit yet. And I don't want to start racking up a bill. So I'm running high. I can drink bourbon and it comes down fast. Oh, I did disease management education as an RN case manager for my transplant patients 15 years before retirement. Important not to perpetuate, I missed the word, misinformation when people's health is involved, right? How old is the knifefish? The knifefish came to me, if you recall, when I got the 180 along with the fire eel. So 8 or 9 inches. I don't know how old that would make them. She had him for 3 years. I think she probably got him as little. So it might be 3, 4 years. Right, JD. I think everybody's different. Everybody gets diagnosed at a different stage. I know with my like thyroid, they group everybody with thyroid hypothyroidism in the same block, and I don't think that's accurate. I think there's a lot more to learn about hypothyroidism, and synthroid is not the answer for everybody. So I know that for a fact. Just because they dole it out to everybody, it's not what I take. Larry, great. What did Larry say? I'm glad my metabolism is high. At 60, I rarely get health issues. That is so awesome, Larry. Larry, that is great. New looking nurse. As a nurse, I will always tell you to work with your doctor. Yep, I also recommend getting a new doctor for a second opinion. I like it. I like it. I stay away from doctors. They freak me out sometimes. I can't help it. I wish I had a better outlook on life. Okay. I was gonna have them in chat. I'm in a chat with all my daughters, and I think my one daughter was having car problems, but she says I'm okay now. Yay, because there's nothing I could do about it. So, oh, here's what I was saying. It's tragic. I can't go into details right now because I will start crying. It's not Triton, but we lost power. 60, you're older than me, sir. I would not have guessed that. When you get 60, your body changes anyway. Yeah, right? I'm 65. My body's changing. Well, I don't know if it's really changing. Well, my hands, that's a change. But I don't know if it's self-induced from resin or is it really, what did the skin doctor said? The dermatologist said it was eczema brought on by COVID. So I take it with a grain of salt. I don't care too much about diagnosis. I care more about treating what's wrong. Fixing what's wrong, and if I can homeopathically, that is what I am going to do. There's no crying in fish keeping. Oh, there was a lot of crying today, Whip. A lot of crying. But, so when I lost power, I came down and I restarted what I thought to be all my filters. But I think what I did is I restarted all the loud filters. One of my filters is not loud, my cat, and I didn't realize I didn't start it. And it got bad really fast. So I will probably either do a video on it or talk about later, but I get so frustrated with that. Like, and here in Morrisville, I lose power way too often. I need something more reliable to kick it back on. Like, I know I had a air pump from Super Cichlids. I think they're changing their name, but Super Cichlids. And you plug it in and it runs and it's an air pump, but when the power goes off, it kicks into no battery. Like it kicks into battery. I mean, and that would keep going. Now, I don't know if air would have been enough because the power was out for a long time. And then after I fixed it, I didn't come down until the next day. And I think if you have like 10 or 15 fish in the tank and one dies, first of all, the ammonia starts spiking, and then let alone if several die, and I think it would just snowballed out of control. So I've been doing a lot of cleaning up tanks, clearing out, like, especially from the power outage, I got to get my hands deep down in there, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But like my 30-gallon lawn, I don't think there's an issue because it's so heavily planted. It's so heavily planted. You know, my Endler tank is so heavily planted that, plus my Endlers are pretty darn hardy. I got them in all my tanks. Susie got whipped. I sure did. I'm not crying, you're crying. I feel 40 or 50. I don't. I feel 65. I feel 65, and I'm getting that brutal awakening from Medicare, where they take $200, almost $200 out of my only income. They force it, not a choice, and that is horrible. That is horrible. Don't forget. Oh, look at my starry, starry night. Can you see him? Let me see if I get down. See how big he is? Paint your palette blue and gray. He's bigger than this. La 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 la. Oh, who you chasing? Who you chasing? You chasing that Jack Dempsey? Stop! Stop, I say. Look how beautiful. Oh, peaches and cream. Look at how fatty, fatty. Fatty, fatty. I got sidetracked. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find my joy in my fish room, especially on a day where I feel like this was my fault, you know? Yeah, stuff happens. I get it. But why would, I don't know if it was just I was lazy or distracted, but why did I only take care of the filters that were loud? Like, why didn't I check every filter? I just wish I had, but I didn't. Anyway. I can't stand when that happens. What, are you over 60 yet? It seems like you're younger than me. If that happens to me one more Gorham time, I'll get out the hobby and disappear. No! I'm telling you, it happens, Whip. It happens. I have a lot of, I'm hoping I live to be 100. I really am. I want to see my grandkids graduate. I want to see them grow up in their families, and I don't want to miss a thing. I'm not afraid to die, but I don't want to miss a thing. Whip, if you disappear, I'll go on a side quest at Clash with about 50 people, and we will show up at your house. That's right. We know where you live. Actually, I don't know where you live, but that sounded creepy even when I said it. You know what I mean? Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, so that was good in my fish room. I did bring, like I told you, 2 weeks ago, all the turtles are inside now. And they're doing great. Unfortunately, I thought it would be okay to put them in with my White Cloud Mountain minnows, my 2 red ear sliders, because they've never been fast enough. But let's just say I haven't had to feed my red ear sliders in a couple weeks, and that sucks. But I do have more White Cloud Mountain minnows, and they're not going in that tank ever again. So I have them in with my my Eastern musk, and I have them in with my Reeves turtle, and they never get caught. I guess the sliders are just too quick and too slick. Too quick and too slick. Let's take a look at my 30. I think Super Cichlids' new name will be Fintopia. Oh my gosh, I love that. Are you kidding me? Fintopia. I can move me down, down, down. I don't think you're going to be able to see me. Okay, there we go. So aside from my white cloud mountain minnows on the top, I have about a handful of endlers in there. These are my, oh, what are those? Some people call them rasbors, some rainbow. I made a brain fart here. My rasbors that are not sharks, but they call them red line sharks. They call them anyway. And then I got my pandagara. Like simple words, and I cannot remember simple words. Isn't that crazy? Huh. Yeah, I'm really at a loss here. And I love these three. I wish I had more. I got them, they were smaller than my white cloud mountain minnows, and now they're much larger, but they're not as big as my pandagara. Roseline sharks, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Under 60. My cat is watching these fish in my 180. She is like the dojo loaches. They come up with their whiskers. What are you doing, kitty kitty? She's right above. Oh, I can do it this way. I'll show you where she is. I'll show you where she is. And then she's watching the eel go up and down. Look at that. What are you doing? You don't be looking at my eel like that. Yeah. Isn't she beautiful? You are so beautiful to me. She is. She is. She's my kitty. She's my kitty kitty. She's watching those dojo loaches and their whiskers. I'm sure I butchered the spelling of the Denison barbs. Thank you, Roseline sharks, Denison barbs. I usually call them. I can't believe that I forgot the name. Isn't she gorgeous? She's my pretty kitty. She's my little feral kitten we got off of a farm that was nobody left on the farm, but there were two kittens. Her and her brother was a little black one. I was told I was getting both. So I got 3 litter boxes. I set up a huge cat jungle. And when the guy came with the black one, he said, I think I'm going to keep this one. I was sad like I lost a cat, even though it wasn't my cat to begin with. But I think I get over it, and then I think about it, and I get upset. That eel will mess you up, kitty, if the bite doesn't, the venom will. That's right. You better look out, little kitty kitty. I think she's more interested in the dojo loaches because they got the whiskers that are almost like an inch long. They seem like an inch long. They're probably 3/4 of an inch. But they come right up in front of her because there's 1 or 2 bloodworms still floating. And they're coming up, picking out 1 or 2, and she's like right there. Yeah, she got her eye on that eel, man. Is that eel really venomous? Ooh-wee. Things I didn't know about. Oh, she's going for it. She's going for the eel. You better stop it. Yeah. I'm so afraid she's going to jump on top of the tank. I'm going to take her back upstairs with me when I go. I just turned 51 on December 3rd. My dogs turned 2 on December 3rd, Melvin. Is that Melvin? Yeah. Has anyone ever had rosy minnows? Are they the same as the fatheads? My little sister has them, and I've heard they usually have. Yes. What I did, it was 3 years ago. I got about 30 or 40 feeder fish, the rosy minnows, and I bred them. So I lost about 15. I didn't feed them to any fish, but I started to breed them. And then eventually, I think everybody, a year and a half into it, I was making my own Rosie Minnows. Oh, you were just kidding. Okay. Oh, look at she's getting a little brazen here. See, and the eel's coming back. The eel and the dojo loach. Don't you dare, buddy. She's looking at the top to see if she can get into the top. I knew it was you, Mel. I know it was you, Melly Mel. There's another dojo. There's the eel. And there's the other dojo. And the cat is right there. I gotta make sure that top is secured. Yeah, may not. Whoop! Scared the cat. Oh, I scared the cat. She thought it was the fish coming at her. I adjusted the lid and she jumped up. Oh, the only have parasites and health issues because they're so horribly kept. Yes. So if you keep them in like a 20-gallon long, nice cold water, you can get rid of those parasites pretty easy and breed some of your own. Yes. That is what I did anyway. Because they are kept horribly. They're kept like the feeder fish. Susie Q. Hi to Billy. Jesus. Horribly. Horribilly. Horribilly. Because they're so hot, Billy. Horrible. Kept horrible. Not horribilly. Horrible. So you're making fun of some hillbillies. A little horribilly. That's what we call the girl hillbillies, horribillies. I can say that because my family's hillbillies. Now I think my family's rednecks. And not all my family. They would be pets only. Yes, you can very easily breed out and treat those parasites. I didn't even treat them. I just, through healthy living, the parasites did not, maybe mine didn't have them. Well, I think the ones that had them died, and I did lots of water changes. I raised the temperature a little bit, added a little bit of salt. Then it went back to regular. Now, that was at the time, I'm sorry, I stand corrected. I used the trio of medicines that Corey uses, or used, I don't know if he still does, every time he gets new fish. And I used the trio of preemptive medication. This was before I stopped using medication. That is what I used on them, and it worked out great. I couldn't even tell you now. General Cure, Icex, and erythromycin? I can't remember what the trilogy was, but it was great. It worked great. Most of my family are white trash. Yes, right, white trash. When my discus want food, they slap the lid so loud they scar the parrot. They scare the parrot off the perch. That is funny. That's what my Fahaka puffer does. Jumps out, hits the top, and makes such a splash that if the dogs were sleeping, they are on high alert. The bird goes crazy because that Fahaka, I think he gets the zoomies. Farmer country folk. Yeah, baby. Yeah, there's nothing negative about what I said about hillbillies. That's right. Because I love my hillbilly family. I do, I do. Yes, and there for many years there was a couch on the front porch. Yep. And one time I went over, now this was, my daughter was young, so it had to have been 35 years ago. I went in, they had a couple of chickens that were in their kitchen, and then before you know it, what was it? The duck came in, or the goat? In the house, in the house, in the house. And I think she would have let the horses in if they were smaller. His wife. Someone say white trash. Doo! Let's hear it for white trash. Yeah, that's right, man. That is right. So yeah, I had a pretty traumatic day in my fish room. And my reptile room, everything, it was smooth. So what, I have my jewel cichlid in one of those, it's like a 20-gallon long, but it's on end. It's a weirdest shape. It's a very tall, skinny tank. And I've got my Turkana jewel in that. and it's got a weird back. So when I fill it, a lot of times the back is down here, water just pours out, and as soon as I hear the splash, I stop it, but it's already too late. And when it pours out, it goes under the wall into the reptile room. So I did that and walked away, didn't hear the splash, came back, turned it off, and my reptile room floor is flooded. So I got to do a super sucker, the shop vac in there, and get all that water up because I do not want mildew. I do not, I can't even imagine what mildew would do on the respiratory system of my like sleeping reptiles. Because most of them are sleeping. They're brumating. My sulcata is not. He was very angry I didn't come in yesterday. He was like, like doing that. I know it's very soon he is going to be able to storm right out of there. So I think I'm going to put a doggy door on my shed. It's an 8x11 shed, but I think I can fix a room inside there and cut out a door and insulate that small room, like maybe like 2 foot by 2 foot or 3 foot by 3 foot. So when you walk in the shed, you wouldn't be able to get to them. You'd have to open up the top. So it'd be insulated and it'd be secured, and then he would have a lot more room. Because on a day like today, when it was almost 60 degrees, he would have been out and searching amongst the leaves and going looking for little like snacks here and there. So I know he would have liked that. Rednecks equals farmers, country folk. Hillbillies equals folks who live in the mountains far from the cities. And then there's, well, I just watched a thing on Appalachian mountain people, and the hillbillies are not the ones that are far up. Those are the rednecks, so you're right. So the hillbillies are farther up. And they are old school, off the grid kind of people. I'm not saying people who are off the grid are hillbillies. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what the show I was watching, and there was nothing negative portrayed about them. They were just, they have a different lifestyle than I do. And I think that's great. I thought about many times, like, I could slip into that. I could slip into that. Like, I think I would fit. I think I would fit right in. It is a lot of work, though. Everything is by scratch. Everything is by scratch. Like, everything is done by hand from the beginning. That's a lot of work. I can't even do my food prep right now because I'm too lazy. If I had a chef that would cook me healthy food, no sugar, no flour, healthy food, and I would eat whatever they cooked. I don't even care what it tastes like. I would eat whatever they cooked, and I'd be fine with it. Red runners are something else entirely. I don't know what makes them different than hillbillies, right? Red runners. Yep. I can't type. I know what you meant. Ridge runners. Yeah. John and I drove our bikes along the top of the Appalachian Trail we were headed to Tennessee, but it was a really bad spring that turned almost winter-like on us. So we had to stop at a state, what was a state park? I can't think of it now, but we stopped at a cabin at the state park. We're on our bikes. It was great. I loved it. I did walk across, meet a couple of people who are trailing, like they walk the Appalachian Trail. We met a couple that only does it on weekends, and we met this other person that looks like he's doing it from beginning to end. And the way he talks, it's like it's never ending, like he's just going to keep going. Are the ones that make horror movies about. Stop! What was that movie? That gave him a bad name. Actually, the people from the town mentioned in the documentary that movie gave them a bad name, and they weren't very pleased with that movie. The Burt Reynolds movie, I can't think of it. Go to hunting lodge in upstate Pennsylvania. You don't have to go hunt, but they cook great. I'm from Grady. I am from upstate Pennsylvania. I am from Lackawanna County. My brother Lives in Hop Bottom. It's about, oh, it's up in the, there's nothing around. Except for like he like lives on a shale quarry. And it's gorgeous up there. It is gorgeous up there. Deliverance. Thank you, Larry. I am from upstate Pennsylvania. Yep, I'm very proud of it. I was born in Connecticut, but moved to upstate Pennsylvania. They call it Pennsyltucky up there. In like when I was 3 or 4, and I was in the same school district until graduation. Tennessee Fish Fam, Hillbilly Edition, 8:05. Are we getting close? We are getting close. I have to. There's the link. Thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up, people. Hit it hard. Hit it well. And give the best girl a pinch on the bottom. Ooh. Can I give my best man a pinch on the bottom? He's going to be like, what? I go twice a year. That is so awesome. What county? Sullivan County, Lackawanna County, Potter County. Hey, kitty. Come here. Come here. She's being all. So, yeah. That'd be interesting. It is where I'm from. Oh my gosh, she's so soft. Look at this. What's not to love? What's not to love on this spicy little love bug, huh? Huh? Are you spicy or are you honey? How can anybody not like cats? I don't know how anybody could hurt a cat. No, I don't. Sorry, I won't use my high-pitched squeaky voice. There is the link to the Tennessee Fish Fam. Woohoo! And I'm going to go get a cup of coffee and I will see you there. Where New York and Pennsylvania meet. Yes. That's where my brother lives. Well, actually, Pennsylvania meets New York in many places up north, all the way across the top. It could be like either by Corning, Binghamton. I love camping there too. It's gorgeous. I guess I typed that too soon. The fact that it's a cat. That's right. The fact that it's a cat. I love her. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. I love my kitty. She helped me today get through it. When I started crying, she came right up and she gave me extra hugs. They know. They know when you need that little extra. Not Sophie. Sophie doesn't know. Corning, okay. He is right there. He's in Hot Bottom. He is in Hot Bottom, which is about 15 miles, a little bit south of that. I used to go on a retreat right underneath Corning, New York. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, Grady. Shady Grady. All right, I'm going to go get my coffee. Love camping in Pennsylvania, right? Me too, man. Me too. I also like camping in New Jersey. I don't like living there, but I like camping in New Jersey. Because I like the ocean too. I like camping in the mountains and I like camping. I just like camping. That's why I think I would do really good with like off the grid kind of thing. Because I love it so much. I don't think it would get old. It might, but yeah, I don't think it would get old. Oh, say goodbye, everybody. Say goodnight, Gracie. Say goodnight, Gracie. Her name's not Gracie. I do not have my outro, so I'm just going to say goodbye and thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. I'm glad I'm getting the hang of this Obi-Wan Kenobi software. It's a challenge, but it's worth it.